Singapore Airlines Flight 006. On the night of October 31, 2000, Taipei was under siege from a powerful storm. Typhoon Zhangsan was closing in, bringing heavy rain, violent winds, and rapidly falling visibility. At Chiang Kai-Shek International Airport, flights were being delayed and cancelled, but one aircraft was still preparing to depart. Singapore Airlines Flight 006. The aircraft was a Boeing 747 bound for Los Angeles, carrying 159 passengers and crew. The captain was experienced and confident. Just the night before, he had landed the same aircraft safely in similarly bad weather. That successful landing gave him confidence that tonight's conditions, though dangerous, were still manageable. As the storm intensified, rain flooded parts of the airport, and crosswinds reached nearly 30 knots, right at the airline's operating limit. Another 747 at the same airport chose to cancel its flight, but Flight 006 continued preparing for departure, hoping to leave before the airport shut down completely. Because of the poor visibility, the crew selected runway 05 left, the longest and best-equipped runway. However, none of the pilots had used this runway in years. As the aircraft taxied through the storm, the crew relied heavily on green taxiway lights for guidance. What they didn't realize was that, unlike their home airport in Singapore, all taxiways in Taipei were lit, not just the assigned route. Hidden in the darkness was a deadly danger. Runway 05 right, which ran parallel to their intended runway, was closed for construction. Heavy equipment, concrete barriers, and machinery had been left directly on the runway, marked only by small red warning lights struggling to cut through the rain. Due to confusion, poor visibility, and unclear instructions, Flight 006 unknowingly turned onto the closed runway. Inside the cockpit, a guidance system failed to align correctly, a silent warning that something was wrong. But under pressure and limited visibility, the warning was dismissed. Believing they were on the correct runway, the crew advanced the throttles. The engines roared. The aircraft accelerated through the storm. 80 knots, 100 knots, 120 knots. Then, without warning, construction equipment suddenly appeared ahead. There was no time to stop. The Boeing 747 struck the barriers at high speed, tearing the aircraft apart and igniting a massive fire. 83 people lost their lives. 96 survived. The tragedy of Flight 006 was not caused by a single mistake, but by a chain of small failures, severe weather, misleading lighting, lack of ground radar, and a moment where caution gave way to urgency. It remains a powerful reminder that in aviation, even one wrong turn can change everything.